Many elected officials are committing felonies in our local communities, including here in Lockport and the city of Lockport and Niagara County as a whole. We've linked these to ballot manipulation, putting people on minor party committees for years, and I'm asking you, the people, to join with me to actually take these people to court and charge them for party invasion and ballot manipulation and possible felonies for stealing identities of people to manipulate how these names end up on the ballots so they win their elections. My name is David Mongello. I continually do things like this to inform the community and to hopefully make things better in our community. I'm asking you, this video is going to be saved on my Mongello's Facebook page, and there'll be some links under that page. If it is shared, just go back to my Mongello's page and you'll be able to get more information and other stories I've done in the past. But let's get to, this information I'm going to show you is actually from the Niagara County Board of Elections. All these counties have Board of Elections. What goes on is this elected position that's unknown by the people isn't taught to you by the government-controlled schools. And I think it's done that way for a reason. Now I'm going to break down and try and educate you how important this unknown elected office is. So for example, there's 3,148 counties in the nation. Each county has a party chairman in a Democratic Republican Party. These chairmen decide who gets the endorsements to run for president, Congress, and so on and so forth, depending what area they're actually representative. So our chairman in Niagara County on the Republican Democratic side was actually chosen, along with a few other friends, to go to the Republican National Convention or the Democrat National Convention to decide who actually gets to run for president. Now, this is why Trump was against the status quo, because the system, the party machine, didn't want a patriot in office. They did not want somebody that didn't represent their values in trying to control the position that all it does is dish out patronage jobs. Patronage jobs cost this country billions of dollars. So to be on the committee, you have to be elected by your party representatives in your towns and cities. So right here, I'm going to show you on a map of the city of the voting districts. Now, each one of these voting districts in the city, this is across the whole nation, has party representatives elected to represent you and your party. So there's someone that you're supposed to know that's elected in your district that represents you at the federal, state, and county level, yet you don't know who these people are. But the elected officials know who they are, because that's how they win their elections and they dish out jobs for their families. Here's the town of Lockport. Here's the district, 14, 13, 12. These positions were put in place hundreds of years ago to protect us, to make sure the voting process is done legally. Our committee person is the police officer of your voting district to make sure there's no hanky-panky going on in the district. Ever wonder who's working at the Board of Elections? Ever wonder who's controlling your vote? Well, guess what? The elected officials are manipulating. They're committing felonies. They're committing unethical acts to try and do this. So to put the blame, I'll show you. And this is what goes on. This is why we have out-of-control taxes, spending, breaking down infrastructure, and so on and so forth. So these are petitions obtained from the Board of Elections. And what the city mayors have been doing, and these Republicans, this is called party invasion. These are conservative petitions. This is what to circulate a petition in your committee to run for your party representative. I'm registered conservative. That's how I found out this was going on. We have Mark Crocker, an elected Republican, who actually used to be on the committee, I'm not sure if he still is, circulating a petition for Leanna Crocker, someone related to him, to get on the conservative party to manipulate the endorsements in office. Now, if you notice, Mark's now a notary, where before he was a commissioner of deeds. So down here we have, not sure whose name it is, but here it says Commissioner of Deeds, City of Lockport. So these Commissioner of Deeds positions are set up for our government positions, for government type things, but they're giving them to political operatives to manipulate the minor party lines. This is called party invasion. Now here we have Paula Sajak, is a relative of an elected Republican town board. These are Republicans put on the conservative petitions or committee to manipulate the minor party to win that election. Matthew Fogel, I'm sure related to Kitty Fogel. Another, here we have Anthony Nemi given a Commissioner of Deeds position. Here we have Adam Norris. Okay, Mike Norris is our assemblyman who used to work for the town, used to work at the Board of Elections, and you can see right there, Done. Now, Andrew Norris. Why is he on the Conservative Committee? Has he ever been in a meeting? This is what they call here a Commissioner of Deeds. Now, these people, the reason why you need a Commissioner of Deeds, because if you don't belong to the party, which you fill out here, you'd fill this out. So a true party petition would be carried by a true person in the Conservative Party. You see, these people don't even belong to the party. That's why they need a notary or Commissioner of Deeds. Here we go, Austin DeLabio. Now, is this related to family court judge that's sitting there now? No, these people are making over $100,000, $180,000 a year. This one's circulated, this is interesting, this one's circulated by Patty Weiss. And if you go over here, Patty Weiss is elected as a Republican committee person. So here we got evidence that a Republican committee person was made, is a notary. She circulated a petition to manipulate the Conservative Party. Why are these people, why are Republicans so concerned about the Conservative Party? And then put someone that has a connection to a patronage job or a government job. There's so much hanky-panky that goes on behind the scenes. Ridiculous. Here's another, Darren DeLabio. Who's this? Patty Weiss circulated the same thing. Now, Patty Weiss, too, she actually works at the Board of Elections. These people are working there. Our own town judge, Sherilyn Kowiak, who used to be a town board member, she was working at the Board of Elections, and her husband was actually keeping an eye on the polling. Don't you think that's a little fishy? These people would be indicted by a grand jury if people knew what their true duty was as a grand jurist. Here we have Nancy George and Brenda George. That's related to the county attorney, another patronage job. Daniel Weiss. Daniel Weiss is the son of Patty Weiss, the Conservative or Republican chairman or Republican committee person. Craig Potempa and Gail Potempa. These people don't even go to the committee meeting. And you look, someone that's not a Conservative circulated a petition. Now, I talked to Gail, and she didn't even know the importance of this position. And this is where they're committing identity theft, because a lot of these people don't even know that the Republicans or Democrats are putting in this position to actually control who's winning the election and how, and they're manipulating their ballots is actually what they're doing. Here we go, Joanna Marble. Her husband's a town attorney. Of course they want to control what's going on here. And again, a non-conservative circulated the ballot. Blackley, Emma, and here we have a non-conservative, and these are people that do government work. So they want to secure their jobs by doing this. And yeah, and you see David Blackley actually, by notarizing this petition, is this even legally? Because he's got a financial interest in there. So it's illegal for notaries to use their notary when they have a financial interest in the signature, which he does. He gets paid by government jobs. Here we go, Erin Norris. She actually works for the Republican side of the Board of Elections. At the Board of Elections. Why is she trying to manipulate the Conservative Committee? Here we have Ken Jenwick, a Republican. Again, so you see the connection here, what's going on? This is called party invasion. They're manipulating these ballots to remove reform candidates from the ballot. Here we go, another Christopher Norris, recirculated by Anthony Neby, a Republican, obviously. Commissioner of Deeds, given by Ann McCaffrey. Here we go, Patty Weiss again, circulating a petition. I don't know who these people are. There's Patty Weiss. She's a Republican circulating a conservative petition. Mary Jo Tamler, she actually get paid by the county to do work. Why is a Republican, again, manipulating the petition? And here we go, Mike Carney, another employee of the Republican Board of Elections, taking money from you to manipulate the Conservative Party. Now, that's a Conservative Party. Now, here I'm going to show you, these are the list of people actually on the Republican committees. Now, it is unethical for these officials to be on these committees because they're controlling their own endorsements to run for office. So when you run for office, you want to talk to the committee people from them to decide who votes, who they want to endorse, because these people will circulate your petitions and get you on the ballot. But guess what? They only want their friends. It's only done their way. And if you're not part of the system, and especially a patriotic candidate trying to expose this corruption, they don't want nothing to do with it. Let me go through the names with you. We had Patty Weiss. She's actually working at the Board of Elections too. So Patty Weiss, Republican committee person, manipulates the Conservative Party line, and her son's on the chairman of the Conservative Committee. She's actually working there. We got Lawrence Eggert, Aaron Norris, Mike Norris, related to Assembly person, Rochelle Passeri, Ricky Kaysen, worked for the mayor, used to work for the paper, Anthony Nemi, David Wolleben, elected, Joe Kibler, Keith McNall, Diane McNall. See how they put their family members on the committee so they win their elections? This guarantees them an endorsement. Let's just control this to control the whole process. Because if you don't have the party endorsement, 90% of candidates that have the party endorsements win the elections. So if you're a reform candidate to believe in the common good, the odds are so against you to win the election. Let's go some more names. David Cantor. Is this guy related to a support magistrate that works for the family court system? We don't know, but same last name, most likely is. George Maziarz, you know him. John Syracuse, elected in office. Now, don't you think it's unethical for these people to control their own endorsements? David Miller, elected to town Lockport. Don Jablonski, county job. Nancy Brooks used to be a town clerk. Lindsay Collins, related to a county assembly. You have Will Collins, Judith Collins. You see what's going on here, people? And here, Tom Maziarz. You know, the whole Maziarz family has lived off the public payroll for like ever. And when I attended the Republican committee meeting, when I was a Republican, what they actually did was they rubber stamped people in the office. So, but yeah, another David Maziarz there. So when I showed up at the Republican committee meeting, our job is to decide who wants to run for office. So we represent who elected us in our little voting district. So we're supposed to interview the candidates, take that information, talk to our community in our little voting district of maybe 50 to 100 people, and let them decide who they want to endorse. But guess what? They don't want nothing to do with that. I actually got a video of me trying to expose this corruption at the Republican committee meeting, I think back in 2010, 2011, I think it was. But this is what goes on, and it needs to stop. And I need your help to stop it. If you keep on sitting on your couch and thinking that elections fix government, elections don't fix government, people. By you paying attention fixes government. But share this. Thanks for listening. And any questions, reach out to me. If you want to help finance a lawsuit against these people and really get together and even point out, if you have more information, come down here. Let's go through these. I'm sure we can build a flow chart of more names on here to show total political corruption and how this is causing your taxes, tens of thousands, millions of dollars just in Niagara County on all these patronage jobs being dished out for these people that want to control what's going on. Yes, your taxes can be cut dramatically by stopping this corruption. Again, thanks.